Guys, what is going on? Blossom is back, and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Today it's going to be a Top Drives Top 10. I know it is July, and this is only the second time I've done a Top Drives Top 10 in 2020. The first time was back in February, and that was counting my GE prize cars. Not my GE prize cars, sorry, my GE wish list on the top 10 GE cars I want. But finally, we are back with another idea I've had, and that is the top 10 brands in my garage. Now, this is not a top 10 brand where Dodge is my favorite, so it's going to be number one. No, that's not how I'm ranking it. I'm going to be ranking it by top 10 brands in terms of capacity, so how many cars I have for a particular brand, and it'll be interesting to see if there's any correlation to the cars that I like and the cars that I have the most of. So with that said, let's get into number 10. I have the whole list here on my notepad already. I bought a book. I bought a sketchbook. As you can see, I was really bored and I did a quick sketch of a Pontiac GTO, but I got myself a sketchbook just to write down Top Drives stuff, Top Drives notes, garage review notes, video ideas, and so I can doodle around as well. So although I have my own sketchbook for the doodling part, because I do love to draw cars. But with that said, let's get into number 10. And a question for you guys: comment down below what your top 10 brands are in terms of capacity. So let's just say Mercedes might be your favorite brand, but you only have one Mercedes in your Top Drives garage. But then you have 100 Citroens. Then Citroen would probably be your number one. So yeah, I'll be interested to know what your top 10 brands are. But with that said, let's get into mine. So also, have a guess what you think my top 10 would be. Where do you think Dodge will be in the list? What do you think number 1 will be? But with that said, let's get into number 10. And this one's actually a bit of a surprise. I don't think a lot of people will actually guess this one. But let's look for it right now. And that is indeed Lotus. I have 35 Lotus cars in my garage. Now, obviously, there are going to be duplicates, like I have 2 Exige S1s. So I also wrote down how many unique cars I have. So out of the 35 Lotuses I have in my garage, 18 of them are unique, which means I have 18 different Lotuses or Loti. But yeah, starting us off is the Lotus Evora Sport 410. It is a very beautiful car, very beautiful picture, and almost maxed. 21 out of 24. If you guys remember, this was the car, or one of the cars, that played a major part in helping me win the Chiron Sport. Moving on, of course, I have the Lotus Elise Cup 250. Really happy with this car. I got it from a 1 million pack opening maybe about a month ago, or maybe just a couple weeks ago. Very, very happy about that. Obviously, I have a 211 Supercharge. I actually had 2 of these, but I fused one, and I regret it till this day. Now, I know you might be thinking, Blossom, why did you fuse a 211? It's such a good car. 31100. This was before GE. This was when Lotus only had like 4 cars, and it got like no events. Like, Lotus had no love in the game. And because of that, I was like, well, there's no point then having 2 Lotuses, because the Superlight is better. So it's not going to be helpful in the twisty UK stuff, because the Superlight is going to kill it. And since there are barely any Lotuses events, I might as well just get rid of the second one. Well, and then GE came along, and there goes my hopes and dreams. So I wish I kept this, and that's why I made that whole specialization part 2 video on focusing on cars that might get a revamp soon, so you don't need to be in the same position with me. Obviously, I got the 265E. I maxed out the handling on this for the Huracan Performante Finals, along with 2 S1s, a Europa 340R, and of course, I got my Army 135s, 3 of them max out of 4. Got an S2 and an SX Turbo Esprit as well. But what really takes up a lot of my space are the Super Rares. I have 4 of the 111Ss, and I have 9. I have 9 of the Lotus Elise Sprint. 3 of them maxed out, 2 at 969 and 1 at 699. The 699 wins, just a very niche amount of tracks. I think the 969 is still a little better. I'm not hoarding the Lotus Elise Sprints. I'm just keeping them around because I know they're good, but I will fuse them if I have to, of course. And then, of course, I got 1 Esprit, 1 Elise, 2 Elise 1.6s, and a Lawn, 2 Europas, and a Lotus 7. So that is number 10 in my garage. It was a bit of a shocker. I did not expect Lotus to come in the top 10, but it did. Anyway, moving on now to number 2. Same as Lotus, actually, I also have 35 cars from this brand, but why this is number 9 and Lotus is number 10 is because I have 23 unique Pontiacs when I only have 18 unique Lotuses. So because of that, this is a step ahead. So starting us off is 2 Pontiac Torrent GXPs, 2 GTOs, this one over here is 699, and this one is 969, and I can tell you right now, the 699 one is better. So if you have the GTO and you want to max it out, which I would recommend, it's a great city streets American car, I would 699 the GTO. It beats the 969 on city streets medium and city streets small, which is where you want the GTO to win. Moving on, I have the Trans Am 30th anniversary, the Pontiac Solstice GXP Coupe, and the Trans Am 35th anniversary. In short, I have all of the Pontiac Ultras, all of them maxed as well. Now, moving on to super rares, I got 3 of the GXPs, 2 of the GTPs, 1 of each maxed. Then I have the Bonneville Special. I do have this car locked, I think. Yes, it is locked, and that is because one day I want to max it. Not soon, because it's not like a car that I really need to have maxed, but I just want it just so I can say I can have every Pontiac maxed. That is the goal. That is the goal, to have every Pontiac in the game maxed. So following this is the Bonneville, the Grand Am, and I have 7 of the Firebird Trans Ams. Love this car. One of them is actually has a really weird spec to it. I think it's this one. As you can see here, it's 888. I did it for the meme. I literally did it for the meme because I had 7 of them. GTO Judge Ramere, Fiero GT, the Trans Am 20th anniversary, and we move on to the uncommons. I have the Sunbird, Fiero, they got the Bandit, Grand Am, Grand Prix 2+2, and the Pontiac Sunfire. And then finally, when it comes to the commons, I got 2 Firebird Trans Ams, 1 Tempest Le Mans GTO, and finally a Pontiac 6000 STE all-wheel drive. I have to say, in terms of American cars, Pontiac actually is pretty good in terms of handling. When you think about it, Fiero 84, Trans Am 84, 6000 80, 4-wheel drive medium 80 for a common, that's good. 86 on the Grand Am, 81 on the Grand Prix 2+2, and 84 on the Sunfire. Not bad at all. And then when it comes to the rares, they're kind of drag monsters. The Firebird Trans Am, best rare drag in the game for the quarter and the half mile. And then we got, the Grand Am at 86, and we have 83 on the Bonneville, and that has standard, and it is medium. So I have to say, Pontiac's, the low-end Pontiac hand is definitely something you guys should look into. It's really, really good. Anyway, moving on to number 8 now. Can you guess what it is? It is obviously another American brand. Well, it's a hybrid. It's like half British, half American. I mean, it's American, but like they have British versions of it as well. British models, I guess. And obviously you guys might know by now, it is Ford. I'm looking for it. Manufacturer, that is it. And much like the last 2 brands as of Lotus and Pontiac, I also only have 35 Fords, but it's in the 8th place because 28 of them are unique, and I only had 23 unique Pontiacs and 18 unique Loti. So 2 Ford GTs. This was legendary number 2 and legendary number 3 for me. The first one was of course the 12C. The first legendary I ever unpacked was the Ford GT, and the second legendary I've ever unpacked was the Ford GT. And I really want that car in the game. The Noble, I want that Noble in the game one day. We got the Mustang Boss 302, the Raptor, the GT40, and 2 Mustang GTs, all of them max besides the GT40. This second one here is at 2 stars because that used to be Ultra, but I got this when I was still really new at the game, so I didn't have enough resources to max it out, and that's why you can see it's only at 2 stars instead of having it max. I might finish it off one day just for the OCD, just for the sake of OCD. Anyway, got the Ford RS200, 2 Escort Rally specs. We got a Sierra RS Cosworth, Mustang 2.3 Focus, and the Sierra RS500, which I maxed out recently. Huge fan of this car, by the way. It's not a keeper if you're wondering, but I'm a huge fan. The handling is good, 92. It is a very light car, just a little over 1,000 kgs. It's an 80s car, which makes it niche, and also it's medium. So it does have some plus sides to it, but the stats aren't that good besides the handling. Definitely not a keeper, but I'm a fan of that car. Got 2 Ford Focus STs, a Ford Mustang, and of course just, all these are mostly Fuse. All of these are the British Fords that I really don't care about. And of course, 2 Mustang 289s. Those I care about because I love the American Fords. I don't like the British Fords. Anyway, moving on to 7th place, the brand where I have the 7th most cars, I guess. Finally, we're moving away from the 35 range, and we are going into Mercedes-Benz. Where's Mercedes-Benz? I have 44 Mercedes-Benz models. Obviously, that got a huge boost with the recent pack opening, but let's check it out. So where's Mercedes? There we go. 44 Mercedes-Benz models. We start us off with the Mercedes AMG GTS, the only legendary I've gotten to date from a Mercedes carbon fiber. Back when the Mercedes carbon fibers had those OG pack designs, this is an old car. This is a very old car. 880 days old. It's a very old car. We have the maxed out AMG A45. I got a max handling AMG C63. I don't think I'm gonna max it out though, because yes, it's medium in the game right now, but if you look at the real world stats on this car, it really should be low. And that is scaring the hell out of me, because I don't want to have another German car nerfed from medium to low. I've already been a victim to the RS7 and the RS6 and the M3 GTS. I cannot stand another one with the AMG C63. I actually wanted to max this out because I love this car. And then I researched the ground clearance statistics, and I was like, oh wait, this should be low. So then I stopped and I moved on to a different project. And then next we got the AMG GT. We got two of the CLK63s, and of course the new boy, the S65 Coupe. We have the 6x6 wagon, two S63s. This one is 996 and this is 699. Then I have a AMG SLK Black Series, AMG S55, two C350s, a lot of letters and numbers here. AMG SLC 43, three G63s. I think I'm gonna be maxing a third 1996, so I have two 996, 1969. AMG SL73, two of those, one SLK 32, two E43s, one Landaulet, which I maxed out yesterday, and then I have two GLC 250s. I have a lot of Mercedes Ultras, don't I? I got a GL 350, and of course I got all the super rares maxed in the game. There are only 5 super rare Mercedeses that are unique. I have all of them maxed, and of course I got the E220, the 190, the 280, and obviously, you know, the rest of these. I would recommend getting the 600, which I like to call the Dictator Mercedes, as well as the 300 SL. Both of them are great low RQ drag cars, because especially the 300 SL has MRA. Very, very good MRA. Anyway, moving on to 6th place. Can you guess what it is? We are staying in Germany, one of my favorite brands. In fact, I do love Mercedes, right? As you guys know, I am specializing in Mercedes now after Aston and Dodge. But this is my favorite German brand, and that is indeed Porsche at 46, just 2 more compared to Mercedes. So starting us off, we are starting strong with Porsche here. 918 Spider and the 935. We got 911 Turbo, Panamera, and the GT2 RS. Huge fan of this car. I want to max this out one day. It will be maxed out one day, but my current project for the legendaries that I want to max out would be the SRT Viper or Bollywood, or if I get a second ACR, I'll max a second ACR. So with that said, this is pretty far down the list, but definitely, I promise, one day this Porsche will be maxed. It will be maxed before the 918. I'm gonna tell you that. We got the 911 Turbo as well. This one also has a fuse in it. Both of these cars won me the Urus, and that's why they have fuses into it. We got the 911 GT1 road car, but of a unicorn car. Not a lot of players have this, and it hasn't resurfaced in a while. I feel like it might come back soon. Who knows? And then of course we have the Porsche 911 Turbo, which I have maxed as a legendary, but I maxed it when it was epic, because it used to be an epic. Moving on to epics now. We got the Carrera S, and of course my favorite, fried egg headlights. I love fried egg headlights. 911 GT2, beautiful, beautiful car. The 996 body, and of course another fried egg headlight. The Porsche 911 GT3 RS. I love the 996 911s. I love them so much. We got the RSR as well. 2 Cayman GTSs. One we literally got from our last 1 million pack opening, which was 4 days ago, and the next 1 million pack opening is tomorrow's upload for the 4th of July special. But yeah, that's going to be all American premiums. And then we got Porsche 911 Carrera. We got 3 924 Carrera GTS rallies. This is my next Ultra project, as you can see. I'm halfway on getting this to 2 stars. And then I have 2 718 Boxsters, 2 Caymans, 2 RSs. We got 1 Boxster Spider and the Martini Army, all 6 of them maxed. One of them 888, I might say. I think it's this one. Yep, 88. Wait, no, it's 789. 789, not 888. 789 Martini. We got 911 Turbo, 2 Carrera 2s, Boxsters, 911S 2.7s, Club Sports, and the lot. As you can see, my Porsches are all high end. And then when it comes to the lower levels, it's really just nothing. Anyway, moving on to 5th place now. This is my second favorite brand of all time. Can you guess? I have 50 of this car, and that is Aston Martin. When you think about it, right? This is a new brand, or new brand as in relative terms, and I already have more Astons than Lotus, Pontiac, Ford, Mercedes, Porsche, and everything else in the game. It's pretty insane. But yes, I do love Aston Martins, and it's not gonna stop. Aston Martin packs come out, I buy. So yeah. 177, my favorite Aston of all time besides the DB5 and the DBS Superleggera, so it's third on the list. Happy to have that, obviously. Got that with the Hellcats. I got the Vanquish Zagato, the CC100. Well, basically, I have every Aston Epic besides two. The only two Epic Astons I'm missing is the Carbon Black. Not this Carbon Black, the other Carbon Black, the Vantage, and the Virage. And ironically, I've actually had the Virage before. I've actually had two before. It's the white one, but I fused them both for the Eurus Finals. No, I think I fused one for the Eurus Finals and one for the Titanium Titans. But yeah, I wish I kept them now, because that would mean I would have every Aston Epic but one. And it would be a pretty crazy feat if I get all the Epic Astons before I get a wide body. But let's be honest, that's probably going to happen. I got Repeat S. I have one Repeat left. There was a time when I had 6. 2 V8 Vantages, 2 DB3Ss, a V8 Vantage, 2 Vantages. Yeah, it's just it's a lot of the same name, right? But, you know, different years. 2 Virage Volantes, 2 DB9s, 1 DB7 Vantage, 2 DB7 Zagatos, 2 Vantage Volantes, 1 DB AR1, a Bulldog, and 2 DB7. We got a V8 Coupe V8 Vantage, 2 V8 Vantages actually, DB4 Zagato, Virage V8. We got the DB5 Army and the DB6 all max, of course the DB5s. Well, everything here is maxed. I got the DBS, DB4 Lagonda, and the Signet. I love Aston Martin, and I can't wait for this to grow and grow and grow. I mean, really, I've basically collected all of the low end already. I know I'm missing about, I think, 2 or 3 Aston Martin rares. I will max them eventually. They're just way down the list. I have other things to focus on. But yeah, with that said, let's move on to number 4. And of course, we've had Porsche, which is my 3rd favorite brand of all time. Aston Martin, my 2nd favorite brand of all time. And coming in 4th place is my favorite brand of all time. 54 cars in the garage. It is Dodge. I know it's not number 1. There are 3 brands where I actually have more cars. One of them will really surprise you, actually. But with Dodge, obviously, we have Blossom Jr. and we have Hollywood. Both my legendaries max. I got the SRT Viper, which is my next project. As you can see, I already have 1 fuse into it. And I have just about 20 epic fuse cars, so I can max it if I want to. I'm just being very cautious about where I put my resources into, just in case. And then we have 5 Charger SRT Hellcats, 2 of them max. 8 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcats, 2 of them max. I'm not even going to complain about them anymore. I know I used to complain about them, but trust me guys, I'm happy to have them. They have earned their right in my garage, really, because it won me the Aston Martin 177. So all of you, Hall of Fame, don't worry about it. We got 1 Scat Pack, 3 Stealths, 3 Viper RT10s, we got a Magnum Daytona, 2 Charger SRT8s, Caliber SRT4, 2 Neons, 1 Challenger, 2 Tarangos, 3 IROX, 2 Spirits, 3 Calibers, 1 Caravan, 1 Stealth, Challenger TA, 2 Cornets, Dart, 1 Neon, we got a Ram, not Ram, Dakota, Journey, Avenger, Caravan Turbo, Intrepid, and the Monaco. And obviously one thing I forgot to say is all the unique cars, right? So Mercedes, I had 44 in total, 32 were unique. For Porsche, I had 46 in total, 30 were unique. For Aston Martin, I had 50 in total, 35 were unique. And for Dodge, I have 54 in total, 30 of them are unique. Anyway, with that said, let's get into the top 3, and you would not believe what is coming in number 3. I have 55, so I have 54 Dodge, and I have 55 of this brand. So if only I had 1 more Dodge, or 2, then Dodge would be 3rd, and would be in the top 3. But can you guess what it is? Can you guess what it is? Coming in 3rd place is indeed Jaguar. That's right. I've never wanted to specialize in Jaguar, but it's my 3rd most, and we probably know why, because the D-types. But let's start us off. We got the Project 8, I-Pace, F-Pace, XJR, XJR 575, XKRS GT, 2 XKR 75. I've actually unpacked this car 3 times now. I've used 1 of them. I have 2 left, and then I have quite a bit of ultra rares. XCR Dynamic S, XFRS, 2 XJs. All of these cars that I have max are really useful, by the way. Besides the XKR, I love this car though. It has amazing MRA. It's a good car, but I just never find the place and time to use it. I barely use this car, truly. As you can see, 137 races only. If we wanted to compare it to the XJ, 140, 301 races, so almost double, right? We got the F-Type, and of course, this is what is taking up all the space, right? This is why Jaguar is third, because of the D-Type army, baby. I got about 17 of them, or 19, I've lost count. 2 XKRs, and obviously we just have all of this. Oh, obviously, yeah, this is why as well, because we are forced to collect all the XK150s and all the XK140s. You know, at this point, with the new Call of the Wild stuff coming up, Jaguar's just gonna move up to first. But with that said, let's move on to second place. We go back to America. So let's go to countries, manufacturers, sorry, and let's go to Chevrolet 65, and of course I have 48 unique Chevrolets out of 65 and 25 unique Jags out of 55. So Corvette. Finally, I can say I have a Corvette Legendary in the ZR1, which was the last Tri Series, and of course my Corvette collection. Corvette lover is gonna love this. We've got a Grand Sport maxed, 2 Z51s. I might even max the second Stingray because I maxed this one the wrong way. As you can see, it's 969. I got this car back in 2017, by the way. It's an old car, 920 days old. I also got the Lingenfelter recently, really happy with that one. 2 Max Z28s, ZL1, 2 ZL1 convertibles, 2 Murrays, 1 Camaro SS. We got 2 Colorados, which I need more of, 2 Camaro SS's, 1 Tahoe Custom. You know what I need to do? I need to open Chevrolet carbon fibers when they come out. We got the Chevrolet Camaro SS convertible, the Cobalt SS, Corvette Grand Sport, Aerovet, 2 Trailblazers, a Cobalt, Monte Carlo SS, 3 Suburbans, 4 SSRs, 1 ZR2s. We've got an IROC, an IROC Z, Silverado. You get the, I feel like I'm an auctioneer at this point. I've just been going off and I am thirsty. So we're just gonna have a look. I'm gonna have a look. I'm not gonna speak. But yeah, S10, great car for clubs. If you play clubs, you want this car. Amazing, great handling, low 0 to 60. Medium, not even medium actually, it's high, but yeah, it's really good. And then we got, you know, just the OG C1 Corvette because it's an OG C1 Corvette. Anyway, drum roll please. What do you think number 1 is? I'm pretty sure a lot of you might have an idea already. We've already have had all the heavy hitters out. All the brands you would think would be my number 1. Chevrolet, Dodge, Porsche, Aston Martin. They're all out. So what could it be? Well, coming in at number 1, 57 of them are unique out of 77 total cars for that brand. Not 77, 70. I don't know why I wrote 77 in my notes, but 70. It's BMW. I didn't even ask for this, honestly. BMW is just so oversaturated in this game, you can't escape them. You cannot escape BMWs. They will find you and they will come to your garage, and it's really a matter of if you want to fuse them faster than they come to your garage. It's insane. I don't think I've ever had a pack opening where I've never unpacked the BMW. There's always going to be a BMW in that. And of course tomorrow when I'm only opening American premiums, I'm probably still going to get a BMW from the rare section or the uncommon section. It's just BMW is, you know, just one of the most common brands in the game now, right? It's you know, it has that meme status, that RQ19 BMW status. You know, it's quite a sad thing if you're a BMW fan, and I am a BMW fan. I'm more of a Mercedes fanboy myself, but I do like BMWs. It's quite sad to see that they're so oversaturated, and probably everyone, if you look in your garage, I asked you what your top 10 were, most likely BMW is in your top 3, whether you like it or not. For me, I don't even open BMW packs that often, but still, they have found a way. So we got 2 legendaries, the M4 GTS, the M850i. We got the Z750D, 2 M3 CSs, M4, M3 GTS, and I do have quite a handful of my BMWs max actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 max epic BMWs, which is quite a bit. Got mom's car, 750 L line, and M2 Delimited, which is my favorite BMW of all time. Gonna have you max one day. I'm working on my GMC Cyclone right now though. And then I have the M6 convertible, 330D. I have every high-end Ultra BMW, every single one. If you look into the all-car section, it's all filled. I have every high-end RQ BMW. I'm happy, I'm grateful. Got all the RQ20 ones and all the RQ20s. Obviously, I got, you know, 2 of the M3s as well, a couple of the RQ19 ones here and there. Obviously, these 3 right here, they're all gonna be fused. This one's actually gonna be fused too, so that those 4 are gonna be fused. And then I got, you know, quite a bit of the Super Rares as well, because the Super Rares also drop like flies because they're everywhere. And then of course, I have the rares, which are really useful for championships, namely the 325, the Z3, and of course the i3S as well as the i3. Both of them are really, really good. And then I have the 320i, and then I have two maxed out BMW 2800 CSs. The most interesting thing is BMW, you know, I have the most BMWs, like in terms of just car count in my garage, but I don't have a single uncommon BMW. That just shows how kind of oversaturated the brand is. It's mostly compiled with ultras, epics, and super rares. Really, I have a lot of ultras and I have a lot of epics. In fact, let's actually have a look. If we go to ultra rare and we go to manufacturer, I have 25 of them being BMW, 20 of them being Aston Martin, so that's a pretty close shout. 12 being Chevrolet, 14 being Dodge, but as you can see, none of them is really beating 25, which is what BMW has. Lotus is 10, Mercedes is 19, Porsche is 20, comes close, but of course BMW is number one. Anyway, that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Those are the top 10 brands in my account, in my garage, in terms of just the sheer number of them. But I hope you guys have a great day. But of course, if I did a top 10 on just cars I like based off personal preference, it wouldn't make for a fun video because everybody knows Dodge is number 1 already, and Aston is number 2, and Porsche is number 3. But yeah, with that said, I hope you guys have a great day. Remember to stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you all next time. Blossom out.